Hey, this will be my last message I sent to you for a while. So, anyway, I walked all the way from Ridgewood to Times Square again. On my way, I ended up trying to call a friend I was supposed to meet up with today through a link New York City beacons. We are talking about Furry from New Jersey. He trusted me with his phone number. I cannot tell whether or not it was because of default Telegram settings. He just decided to leave alone as soon as he added me to his contacts or whatever. He was confused at first, but he recognized my voice after I ended up telling him Falk 2. I ended up saying Falk 2 first. I look away from the dial screen. I talk to him on the default speakerphone. I look back at the screen. A thank you. The session data is going to be cleared. Shows up. The beacons have no beep to tell you, like the old payphones used to. You have X amount of minutes or seconds until your time is up. Roll to 34th Street, Herald Square. After the first time, it was, I think it was 4th Street. An hour, it felt like later, as I was walking. Call him again. Voicemail. Tell him I'm going to Times Square at that point, but you know what? I ended up making a pit stop at Barnes & Noble at Union Square. I bought 3 books, actually. Personal Finance 101. Andrew something. I think Andrew Hill. Yes, Andrew Hill. A biography of Steve Jobs. Isaac something. No, I think I probably got it wrong, okay? But it's a biography of Steve Jobs that has been well revered and has been updated in 2021 as a 10th anniversary edition. The third book, Assholes, a Theory. I compliment it as a good book for reading alongside Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg, PhD. But, you know, I ended up telling the cashier a bit of my latest developments that I see Harmony having gone through. That she's paranoid about me. When I just want her to see, wanted her to have seen. She doesn't even know what anyone else has been going through. Down to the nit grit core level. Most of that video, I do not shred any trace of a belligerent word. Most of the video. Most of the call with my father, I did not shed such words either. But there was a moment that I ended up muting my microphone as I tried to call my mother so she can hear the conversation bare minimum. Interject with whatever she would have wanted to talk about, rip him to shreds about, at worst, because he wasn't listening to me. There was that friend that's featured in the video too. All he could do is sit and listen. Was at a complete loss of words for the whole call, but you know what? He ended up saying a damn as if he were thoroughly entertained by the call. But you know what? I cannot really blame him either. He's still going to be my friend. He actually, at a point, blocked me for 2 years. Just because he asked me a serious question about how our friendship was going. But I didn't respond back to him in time because all I was doing at that point was eating dinner with my father, stepmother, sister. .2 years. And 2 years, up to the point of last summer, I did not do a single shred of interacting with Harmony. I have the receipts. She straight up said in Twitter direct message, cannot delete it on my end. I believe this post was meant to be private. This was during Twitter circles. The era that was short-lived, that private groups were attempted to be a substitute for public accounts that just want a private, trusted circle. But you can only enjoy yourself so much among a clique. Before reality has to set back in. I do still want to enjoy my time within this fandom overall. But I see how things are actually turning out in the long run when it comes down to the rest of how people talk with one another, and this is what I don't want. I want people to remember that each other exists, down to the point that they know how to stand up for themselves if someone actually does want to cause trouble with them in the physical being. I didn't grow up enough to know what that experience is like in the dead wild streets of New York City alone. I don't know. I don't even know how it would be like in Chicago if I decided to go there. Or even Detroit. I would be at a sore disadvantage. Partly because of my autism, partly because I had been over-sheltered. Living in a false paradise. When we have more than enough problems in this world as it is. Everyone is a friend you have not met. I really do not know if Loprov got it from himself or from someone else. But it's a quote I agree with. Other book recommendations. The Body Keeps the Score. My stepmother's daughter gave it to me during one Christmas day. I think 3 years ago at this point. How to Win Friends and Influence People. My father gave that to me when I was a teenager. Authentic Happiness. I bought that last year. Hyperbole and a Half. My mother gave that one to me. Think of an expectation after you're done listening to this. But whatever you think about, respectfully, I will never find you. Okay? I've wanted to find a friend to even say hi, play a date with them. But I know that I just gotta make it natural of an invitation now. Through joyous play. Whether it's with words or sport. To help me grow up a missing part of myself that I did not realize I needed. You've been a good person to me, okay? Be safe.